The Making Sense of Adulting team want to dedicate this episode to a special friend of ours that was lost this past Sunday in a motorcycle accident. His name was Alex White. Alex was one of those good and loyal friends that we had through the dance community. He was a very loyal friend. He was a great listener, and he was always there for others. He put others before himself, and he had a great life to look forward to. And unfortunately, that was tragically taken to him. So we dedicate this episode to you, Alex. We love you. Your family's in our thoughts and prayers, and you will never be forgotten. Thank you for always being a good friend.
Honestly,
but if they're not talking,
that's kind of attractive. If a homie was flirting with my girl still knew her direction, I'm gonna be like, look, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm the type of guy at the bar that's like, you want to get you a drink? Get her. You take her.
Wait, my mind just went to a really dirty place that I think that you might like something weird, but we're not going to talk about it.
Oh, no, none of that. None of that. Listen. To all the audience out there, if you do not, what did you say?
Watch Roots.
If you have, they're telling you to be quiet.
You shut the fuck up.
Yo, this is not your apartment.
You're right.
Oh, wait. Is that what that is? Do they do that?
Of course. You're in an apartment. You've never had a podcast in here before.
This man, you think he's running around yelling and shit?
Basically, if you've seen Roots, Junie said that you're not racist.
No,
but if you haven't seen Roots, then you're completely free. No, we can podcast. We just can't be banging.
No.
Wait, what were we banging on?
No, they were banging.
I was hitting the thing.
Oh, you were?
No.
Oh, that's your fault.
Let's go with that.
No, what I said was it's impossible to be racist if you've seen the movie Roots.
Did we start?
Yeah, I had to get this on footage. Because Junie said if you haven't seen the movie.
Why do you think it's impossible to be racist?
Can we start with what
Why do you think it's impossible to be racist?
Because Roots is like a television series. It's almost like a season of Netflix. It's like a 10-piece documentary made in the 70s, and it's documenting a family lineage of a man that was taken from Africa, a black man taken from Africa in the 1700s. Listen, I'm serious. Like, if you haven't seen it, it's really, really good. And it talks about the slave trade and how they brought the slaves over to America, how they were sold, how they were treated. And then it goes into his daughter, and then it goes to his daughter's son. So it shows an entire like family lineage of 3 different generations going through slavery and how they overcame slavery.
You should teach the class.
I can't lie, that sounds pretty good.
No, it's super good.
No,
and it was,
you should watch it.
Or
you're gonna have to take your black card.
I know, but where I'm from, like they forced you to watch that. Like you had to watch it.
Johnny, if you say the N-word, you're going to the office. Look,
we don't do that anymore.
I gave you 7 warnings already. Don't say it again.
but we need to talk about why this conversation started, because you're black and you haven't even seen Friday.
Okay, well, we're not going into that. Welcome to the next episode of Making Sense of Adulting. It is episode 9, and there are 4 of us. We have another brother.
We were just talking about him
on
too.
Camera. I know, that's a coincidence. We were just talking about you last episode, and now you're here.
Damn, oh yeah, that's crazy.
Wait, but actually, technically, it's not last episode now, is it?
The last episode did.
Last episode that came out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, look, don't mess up. We'll take the mic from you. Okay, you've watched us long enough to know the routine. Please do not mess up. This is your tryout in case you move here.
All right, okay.
My goodness. But today, friends, hey, you see what I did there? Today we talk about the importance of friendships, but in general, adulting friendships. We did this topic first season. This was our 6th episode. Ever.
Wait, really?
This was our 6th episode.
Why did I think it was like more recent? I thought it was like season 2.
That's what I thought it was too. When I went back and looked at it, it was right after What the Fuck Talking Dating. Literally right after.
Wait, so that was literally our... Because we knocked out those
5, yeah,
like originally.
Oh, and then it was our first.
And so it was like our first
that was
like
our
episode,
first,
like dropping after the initial drop.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the quality of the audio was bad, so bad. I was just taken back, but I listened to it on the airplane. We
upgraded though. Cheers.
Oh, hey, cheers.
Does it make a noise when you clunk?
Probably. We'll get that on camera. It's okay. But today, like I said, guys, we're going to talk about the importance of friendships, maybe from where we, when we last talked about it, because I did a little bit of notes, so we have something to go off of, because a lot of my perspective.
Did you read them, Junie?
Has changed.
I did. No, I did.
And a lot has changed. Like a lot on there has changed from what I think from what everybody has said. Well, not changed so much, but some of it is going to change based off of the notes.
How about this? Since we recorded that, has your friend group changed, or is it the same?
Mine's the same.
I mean,
oh well,
being in a relationship, it kind of changes how your friend dynamic is. I would say, because I would say with Rodney and I used to be inseparable. And I think at that time, we were working at Cheesecake together. We were working at Cumulus together. We were going out to the same bars together. We were going out on the weekdays together. Like, him and I were inseparable. Now I see Rodney like once or twice a week, and, we don't do as much.
Adulting.
And that's adulting.
We didn't see you for like 3 months.
Yeah. I know.
Courtney went MIA.
I was I'm not going to
So before you got the recap of what was going on in her life, we got the recap of what was going on in her life because we didn't know either. So.
And then we brought in Femi. Woo. So I think we've been through 2 podcast hosts for the 4th chair. We had Anna.
We tried Anna.
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 She was a trial.
I'm just kidding.
She was a trial.
It's
Anna. Yeah, we had a trial with that one, and that one didn't work out. But Femi's here.
I guess so. Technically, it is fair to say your friend group has changed.
Yeah.
Everybody.
So you didn't introduce him.
We talked about him so many times. Our true audience has to know by now.
Last week.
For those who don't know,
How did you guys meet?
I'm the wizard with numbers that he was referring to.
That is what we
From last
referred to him as. Originally, we met from the dating show that I told you failed, and we became friends. The only thing that worked out on that trip and dating show was us 2. And now look, he's here.
But the girls are gone.
The girls are gone.
Completely?
We're gonna continue from there.
God, they watch. But anyways, to the notes. What is an important friendship now? Now that we've kind of gone through it a little bit, because I know last time we talked a lot about the adulting stage, the after college stage. We were pre in it, so now we've been in it for 3 years, 2 years now. So, have your thoughts changed?
I think my circle has definitely gotten even smaller. Since then.
100%.
At that time, I'm thinking back to my life at that time. All of us, because we used to go out together, we're going out, partying a lot more. So I feel like when you're in that phase, you're hanging out with more people, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Now that I feel like I'm more settled, which is kind of scary to say out loud, but I have a house, I have a dog, I'm living with my boyfriend. I see friends, but we're very we're selective about who we see. It's typically our friends that are dating that we both like to hang out with. Does that make sense?
I see a lot of that.
You do?
Yeah, because Jenny doesn't.
Does he invite you?
No,
he does.
I invite him, and he says
he
no.
Show up by myself,
No,
and he's like,
we gotta get you a girlfriend.
Shayna, baby, this hockey game is really good. And I'm over here this popcorn, and I'm just hey, Rodney. I'm not gonna go to those events. It's weird, but
I always tell him, I'm like, dude, bring a girl. Just bring somebody.
We gotta get you a girlfriend.
Whoa. We're
We've been
on
trying.
the hunt.
We've been trying.
It's a slow process.
Someone that doesn't wear sneakers and jeans to the date.
I'm glad you remember that, because baby, she showed up thinking she was really doing something to a date.
I don't know if she's straight.
I don't think she was.
All right, we don't need to unpack this right now.
But what about you? What is your thoughts change on your friendships?
No. I was actually reading back, and I was like, I kind of feel the same way, because I think my premise of it is I wanted loyalty. I wanted somebody that was going to be honest with me, and somebody that's going to tell me the things that I don't want to hear, even when I don't want to hear it.
I'm going to stop you right there.
I still feel that way. Why?
That's the basis of a friendship. either way, even when you're young.
I wouldn't say that. Really? I mean, do you not have friends that are like yes men that are always just going to go with like what you want to do or what you want to say? Like, I feel like when I was younger,
I don't think I
have any.
I did. I did.
I don't think I have that either.
That's fine. Everybody's different, but I think that a lot of times like friends don't want to piss you off, and I think that was more of a younger thing. But as I've gotten older, like I am more receptive to people who give me a harsh reality, because I feel like my circle when I was younger wouldn't do that. And I think that kind of held me back a little bit. And I think that now that I'm older, my friends kind of like per se Rodney will tell me like face value. He does not care if it hurts my feelings or not.
Yeah.
And a lot of times like I need that. And that's just something that I didn't really have. And I feel as if that is a trait that kind of shows me what a real friend is rather than what a fake friend is. Because a fake friend is just going to let you do whatever and like see how it goes.
Do you think that's like really on the lines of like friendship or maturity? Like as you get older?
Maybe both.
Yeah, I would say like more maturity, because in a general sense, we've all gotten to that point when we grow up where it's like we're more real with each other versus like earlier on. One, you're more sensitive to everyone's emotions because you don't really know how they'll take it. But as you grow older, you start to understand that people actually need to hear these things. You start to understand somebody better.
And see, that's what I was talking. That's what I was talking about. Like I would say that kind of started developing for me in college, because all my high school friends, like I feel like all my friends in high school per se, not saying that they're bad people, because some of which I'm still friends with, but I feel like they were just more of like supportive and just like backing whatever I do. Like if I'm doing something, Rodney, like, and it's stupid, Rodney's gonna be like, dude, like, why are you wasting your time doing that?
Yeah.
Because a lot of like, for me per se, a lot of things and a lot of big decisions, like whether it was, paying attention in class in high school, or whether it was, where I wanted to go to college. A lot of my friends, like how I told you guys, I chose a school to stay close to a girl I was dating in high school. Guess what? None of my friends in high school told me that was a really stupid idea. And I just went through with it. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting at. So maybe you all just had like more real friends. Well, that's fine. But see, you're like, no friend would ever do that. But I'm just saying, like,
I'd say that.
As you just said that a minute ago. You're like, I think the premise of a friend is to tell you what you don't have to hear. But my thing is that I've seen the development of, what are you laughing about?
Why'd you make him sound like that? I think
yeah, because normally he talks like, bring it on.
This is not going to be a slandering Rodney episode, okay?
What's up? It's your boy, Radio Rodney.
Yeah, fuck y'all. Okay, anyways. So, what is your stance on that? Importance of friendships now as you get older?
So for me, I didn't have notes to go off of.
Nobody has notes.
I didn't. Oh,
we have topics
from the last from the last meeting. Sorry, I guess I meant to say. My bad. I guess that's strike 2 for me now. Anyways, I think friendship is a very, very valuable and important part of like any human being's day to day. Just because you need someone who you can rely on, whether things are going good or things are going bad. Like you want to be able to celebrate stuff with someone. You want to be able to have someone that you can go up to and ask any questions if you ever have any issues or concerns that you're going in your day to day, no matter how small it may be. From, I just need help like picking up an outfit, versus like I'm dealing with something like emotionally, mentally deep. But if you have a friend that you have a connection with, where you have that level of understanding and that level of communication, I think that's what I really value a lot, because you're able to understand when things are serious and when it's time to have fun. But on both sides of the spectrum, you're both able to positively and enjoy that together and value each other's time. I think that's the main thing that comes down, because as we grow older and we start like adulting and all that, we don't have much time for ourselves in our day-to-day to do things outside of what we want to do. So I think when a friend actually makes that time to even just have a conversation, even if you're not seeing them, just responding when you need assistance or little things like that is a valuable friendship to me, because that's genuine.
I think another thing that you put in the notes that you sent us that I had said, and I still agree with this as well, is having different types of people in your circle. Like a lot of, I feel like feel like some people have everybody who kind of thinks the same way as them because that's comfortable for them. But for me, when I look at like the guys that are going to be sitting next to me, or not sitting next to me, standing next to me in my wedding, like they're all different. Like, you're one of my best friends, but you're completely opposite from my other best friend that's in the Marine Corps. And per se, Louis, Louis completely different from the both of you. And when I'm going through something and I'm explaining to you all my situation, whether it's, my job, my relationship, whether it's any of that stuff, like, all of you all are giving me different forms of advice. And then when it comes to me and deciding about like how I'm going to react to, any kind of conflict that I run into, I'm pulling a little something from Rodney. I'm pulling a little something from my guy, Jonathan. I'm pulling something from Louis. Like, I'm pulling a little thing from all that, because like parts of you that you bring something different to the table. And it's like, instead of having one option, I have a multitude of different people that are going to give me different advice, and it has worked for me in the decisions that I've made in my life.
Do you think that's
so much better?
Do you think that's normal for to go search for that, or do you think that just comes naturally?
Normal.
You think it kind of comes naturally, or do you go out and search for friendships like that?
No. I mean, friendships are authentic. It's like you either click with somebody or you don't. But I'm saying, like, when it comes to you selecting who's close to you, somebody like,
there's got to be common ground, though. I feel like.
Of course, but I just think that I feel like there's certain types of people that kind of just keep the same types of individuals in their circle. And I don't know. Have you ever?
Yeah, that could go either way. Because I mean, if you grow up around the same people that are the same people, and that's who you ride with, and that's who you end up with long term, I think I'm much rather take that kind of friendships. The ones that last the longest, not necessarily saying that because they're the same people is that why they're the best friend group, but like if you have a friend group that you've been riding with since like middle school and you guys make it all the way out till past college to the adulting world, it's a whole different world of a friendship that you guys have done years with. Like, I envy every friend group that has that.
Yeah, because, especially for us, because we move so far away.
Exactly.
Like, being from Texas, I see from afar all of my friends still they all moved back home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Because they all still hang out and they have a blast because they do know each other, like, from the inside out. Like, they know everything about each other.
Yeah.
And I don't really have that here, which is that's okay. I've like developed different types of friendships and they're still growing. They're definitely not as deep as if I were at home, but I see what you're saying. It's like, it's as you get older, it's easier to build a bond quicker, I think, because you're more mature and you're able to open up and talk about things. And I think when you're vetting out friends, you're pickier and you select better than when you're younger. But I do think there's something to be said about that long-term friendship.
Yeah.
And I agree. Like, I see Snapchats, I see Instagram, and I'm like, damn, what I do to be there.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's something that I've always tried to create out here, like, even, I'm very selective about who I do have as friends. Like I was telling Gina the other day, most of my best friends out here are females. Like, that's how hard it is to get on the same page as somebody when you are adulting and finding friends in a new city like that. You don't just build a 4-year, past friendship with somebody that you just, out here, because if you meet them at work, then it's like work friendship, right? And if you try to expand it outside of work, then it's like an iffy, or if it's like you go out to the bar, then it's a bar friend that maybe is different from you. It's kind of hard to build and make that best friend, since that's why I cherish every guy that I do get out here, because it's so important. It takes me back to what you said the other day about you always need that right-hand man type of person. Like, that's the type of guy you are. You always need somebody on your hip. And when you said that, I was like, damn, you're fucking right. Like, any guy that I click with automatically, I'm like, you're not going anywhere. Like, that's what, look at FEMI. Like, I was like, I'm gonna do whatever I can to get you here. And then when I met Shane, I was like, you're not going anywhere. Like, these are my boys, So, but it's so hard to find that.
It is hard.
That you have to cherish it when you do get it.
But like, this is interesting. Like, as an adult, like, you can make friends at work. You can make friends out. Like, you can make friends at church. But then you're right. It's like they almost become my church friends.
Exactly.
Or my work
Your
friends.
clique friends, yeah.
So, like, it's hard to find a true best friend. Like, I think back, my best friend to this day, I met her in college. Like, I would say I have the best relationship with her over any of my friends from home. I still talk to her. I'm going to be in her wedding. And I met her in class. It wasn't like a sorority sister. It wasn't a forced friend. And I think when you get older, it is harder to make friends within your situation, if that makes sense. And it is harder to, it's not harder, but it takes longer to build that bond, even though we are mature. I think I might have said it's quicker. I don't know. I'm all over the place about friends.
I agree with your current point of it being harder. And I think that also comes to the fact that we become more unique as we grow older.
Yeah.
So when you're younger, of course, it's easier to have a similar topic. Like a kid is into the same sport as you or brings a toy that you wanted, and all of a sudden you guys are friends.
Yeah.
Right? Nowadays, it's like, oh, where's your ambition level at? Like, do I still want to be friends with this person if he's not motivated, if he's not inspiring, if I can't like be supportive of one another? You know, if you're not mature enough to a certain level, if you're not understanding or financially literate to a certain point. There's a lot more criteria that we have now because we have become more unique as we've grown as individuals and molded ourselves to from the clay of, oh, okay, everything's acceptable for a friend versus now, no, this is where I'm at in life. So this is what fits like my clay.
Yeah.
And I think it's more important now as an adult because it's healthier. You know, back in college and high school, if you lost friends, it was okay because you had a whole group of others, right? If you were fighting with Becky, like you were either going to bring the gang with you or they were going to either be against you and you were going to have to make a decision, right? So, but as an adult, it's like, it's healthy because if you're like, fuck that, I don't need friends. And then you're sitting on a Friday night, like watching Netflix voluntarily. And you're like,
well, if you're voluntarily doing it.
but it's just like but you could be doing the same thing with a homie.
Right.
You could be doing the same thing with your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be going to go have a drink with your girls, right? But if you want to be so stagnant and prideful with your friendships as an adult, you're going to find yourself mentally getting fucked up. Because it's not healthy. I don't care what nobody says. You can't start all those people that are just like, fuck that, I don't need nobody. Like, no, okay, it's literally not healthy. Like people do it now with friends, and they're still contemplating like, damn, I should have went out, or damn, I should have just stayed in, or blah 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 blah. You know, friends get healthier as you start to adult, and you realize that, like he said, having that side piece that I can go to just, hey, you know, this girl, she's ugly, but what do you think about her? You know what I'm saying? No, like that person that you could just send that stupid text message to, like regardless, like it.
This man just called me his side piece.
It's my little side fling. I'm just kidding. You get what I'm saying though? Like that's somebody that you could just drop like a little drop box of stupid shit.
I know what you're saying, but they got to say it back home.
Oh my god!
Side piece?
Your boys ain't your boys. Side piece ain't your side piece.
But honestly, look, this is how I explain it, right? So I've always moved locations, right? I went to like 2 different colleges, 2 different high schools, 2 different middle schools, radio every freaking where, right? With every real friendship I built, I took that with me, right? So I'll put into an example. I met Adam first, or I met X first, right? And then Adam and X were cool, so we made that little triangle, right? Then came along Jesse, senior year. We became homies quick. Jesse met Adam and X.
I don't know. Are these all the people that go to the games?
These are my homies. These are my best friends. I'm just explaining.
They're on the phone.
These are the homies.
Okay, they're on the phone case.
So this is why I'm going to lead up to this, right? This is exactly why my lead up, right? So I met all them first. Then I made everybody become a squad, right? So then senior year came. I met Jesse become boys with them, right? Then I met Junie. And then what did we do? We went to go party with them. Then we all became boys. He was staying at their house without even me having to be there.
I thought he got in a fist fight with one of them.
He did, but okay, look, hey, boys are going to be boys, okay?
It's all part of growing up in the friendship.
This is what happens as boys, and alcohol gets involved. Anyway.
Junie gets angry.
Junie doesn't drink anymore.
Sometimes you have to fight your friends.
Exactly. Sometimes your boys, you got to be fought, you know? Okay, but that's normal. Anyways, then FEMI came along, right? All the serious friendships, and then look, now bring the screen back up. Bring. Then what do you see? You see all
Y'all
the boys
all
coming together, right, as homies doing homies thing. Okay, look, man. Hold on, man. I was excited. It was a good game. I was hyped. I'm sorry, my arm is in the way. You're there though. If people really look.
I mean, like we see your tattoo. That's a unique tattoo.
You get the point. You get the point. Sometimes you have to be patient with friendships, but you also got to build that foundation, right? If you want that friend group, go fucking grab it.
I'm the same way as you. Sorry, I just really got in your
You did.
space. But like I have like certain friends that I met at work, which I expanded those friendships, like just a couple, not all of them. Like I definitely have work friends, but I have friends that are more than just work friends, you know?
Shake them out.
But I've introduced them to friends outside of work, and we all hang out together.
Yeah.
And those are the most fun nights, is when it's a combo of people from different places and everybody can get along.
That's what was the blessing of this. Like I was like, oh my God. Because it was, like I said, I wanted to create that friend group that can travel like places. I wanted to create that friend group that when everybody does get in relationships, when you bring the girls on and then it's like a big ass massive couples trip and stuff like that. Like, I want to be the movies, like those movies that have such a great time with their friends and it's like everybody's watching. It's just like, oh, I really love this movie and damn, I wish I had a friend group like that. It's like, I'm gonna go fucking build that. I want that. I want that group and I'm gonna go grab it. And that's what I did.
Rodney modeled his friendship model off of movies.
I did. I really did. Like, there's just certain songs, like, whenever I hear EDM music and, like, that really, like, house EDM, you know, like, house EDM music where it's
I
just,
didn't
like,
know that you listened to
vibey, right? Anytime I hear that kind of music, I automatically picture your big squad, relationships, California beach. That is every time I hear music like that, I'm just like, damn, they're just living the dream.
EDM?
Yeah.
Not EDM, but like house music, like house vibey
Isn't that
music.
the same?
I don't
You're
know
not
if
gonna
I can.
catch me listening to EDM.
I don't know if I
Lies.
can
Wait,
picture
I
that.
cannot
We've
even
done it.
imagine
Lies.
Junie
He's lying
No.
because we had a night.
in Chicago.
No, it was in Nashville a while back ago. We were,
A long time ago.
yep.
Where were y'all?
We were in my room with the lights on, and you had glasses on. I'm not gonna explain the situation.
Yeah.
Why were the
We
lights
listened-
on listening to
No, we
house
had-
music?
No, he
We
had like his
the
blue
strobe
lights
lights.
on. He was DJing. We had a couple people over. We were
Oh,
vibing.
I thought,
Thank
wait,
you.
wait, okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
When you first started telling the story, I literally just pictured Junie with like some fucking psychedelic glasses on, right in you, sitting on your.
That's what it was.
No.
Psychedelic
Let me
glasses.
paint the photo. Sitting on your couch that turns into your pull-out couch bed.
Okay, this is.
And the lights, the overhead lights on, and y'all are just listening to house music on the couch, and Junie's going like this.
That's what
I think that's what they were
That's what we
doing.
did.
That's exactly how it went. Good picture, Picasso.
You see what I'm saying? And you pictured it. That you could just picture the vibe.
Yeah,
saw
but that's
the
a
movie.
weird vibe.
That is not a weird vibe. We were literally doing this.
That's a weird vibe.
The lights were
Yeah, that's a
on.
weird
Music
vibe.
was playing. No, you until you go
No,
through.
I'm saying
you're
like
not
lights like this, not your moody lights.
No, they
no,
were
like his
LED
his,
lights.
His
I
LED
know, but my
colored lights.
picture would be y'all with just this, with Junie with sunglasses on,
Yeah,
and
no.
not anybody else in the room.
Why do I gotta have
Hey,
sunglasses?
question: what are psychedelic sunglasses? Like, what even?
Oh, have you seen? They have like the crystal thing where
That's exactly what we were.
y'all were wearing them. They make your vision weird.
No way you were wearing.
We both were.
Okay, wait.
I guess your picture was correct after
We were
all.
by ourselves. We were not by ourselves. We had lady friends.
Oh,
that were there
ladies.
just
How
to
many?
vibe with us.
How many?
And they don't vibe with us no more.
There was like 5. Yeah, sometimes your friends are not your
None
friends.
of the 5 vibe with you no more.
What do y'all do?
They exited. They exited
when you turn
as a group.
friendships into relationships and relationships don't go correct.
Wait, I
That
think
happens.
I wonder if I met some of these.
Oh, you
girls.
did.
You did.
Oh, I did.
You did.
I think that she came to our round.
Not that time.
A or E?
And not that one either.
The one that Junie was.
Okay, yeah, not that one. Not that, wait. Yes, that one. That
Yeah,
group. That
that
group. It was that group.
But never mind.
We don't have to talk about it. You're in a relationship now.
But okay, so like since we're along those lines, now that we had the conversation the first time, but do we still stand behind relationships ruin friendships?
They don't ruin friendships. I think they do make you see your friends less.
Okay, wait. Okay, we're that's too different. Okay, when you date somebody that you were a friend with before, and then, yeah,
Oh,
you're looking at it two different ways. Not when your friend gets into a relationship.
Got you.
Well, let's do both. But first, when you start off talking to a friend for so long and you get into a relationship and then it fucks up.
Oh, it definitely
Oh yeah, the
Crushes.
friendship
Ruins the
is
friendship,
over.
so we're
Yeah,
so
there's no
all on the
same
going
page
back.
about that?
It's too weird. Yeah.
crushes.
There's no going back.
Absolutely
Yeah,
accurate.
100%.
Yeah, one of my good friends growing up, I dated him, and then we broke up, and I haven't heard a word from him since.
How long did you date for?
Not very long, like 8 months.
Oh, how long were you
Not
friends for
very
before
long.
dating?
Since like fifth grade.
It's not long. Oh,
Since how long?
Like fifth grade.
To what?
About
You dated him
2
in
years
5th
ago.
grade?
And you
No.
counted
hold
it?
up, run this back.
And it counted?
Oh, I heard. Oh, I
No,
heard. I
didn't
heard
date
that
him.
wrong. I heard that
didn't date
wrong.
him. I didn't
heard it
date him in
wrong.
my child. Like I didn't date him in middle school, high school.
You met him in 5th grade.
Yeah, I had been friends with him.
So you met in 5th grade. You started dating
Are
2
we really
years
counting
ago.
a 5th grade relationship?
No, she didn't date in 5th grade.
Met him in
She
5th
became
grade.
Okay, but no, but the thought that
This was my
the
boyfriend
fact that you
before
really
Reed.
remember him in 5th grade?
Oh,
This was my boyfriend before Reed. The one right before Reed.
I wouldn't
Okay.
talk to you either.
So you were, so you met him in 5th grade. You got together 2 years ago.
More than like 3 years ago because I've almost been dating maybe like 2.5 years ago. I don't know. How
let's
long
not-
was-
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay, and then you haven't spoken since then.
No.
So you were
How do you
dating-
remember him from
that's
5th
crazy.
grade?
You were friends for
What do you mean? Because we played tennis together.
Oh, you were athletes.
We were
Tennis
really
kids
good.
were always the weird
So you were friends
ones.
for like 10 years almost.
Yeah, a long time. And like
insane.
even when we were at different colleges, it was like maybe a few texts here and there, and then I completely screwed that up.
8 months.
We're not
of-
friends anymore.
8 months of relationship and 10 years of friendship down the drain.
Yeah.
It's tragic, honestly. But you know, I am so guilty of this. That's why I told you that all my best friends are girls.
They hate
because
'em.
I don't have friends. Because when you take the time to mentally understand somebody, you talk to that person so long, it's like you start to develop the damn, we're such a vibe. Should we try this? And then when you try it and it goes south, everything goes south. And that's why it's a terrible thing.
But
like,
also, I do think that the best relationships start off. Of
now that is
friendship.
also very, very true. So if it works,
It's great.
then it's golden.
It's. I think there's a fine line though when it comes to friendships to relationships. More or less, if you meet somebody and y'all become friends and it's kind of like a casual thing, and then
Yeah.
it forms into a relationship, I feel like that works better. But if you are like tight, like going to her for stuff or him for you, Courtney, and y'all were like really close friends, then yeah, it's probably not going to work out unless it's perfect. But like if you were really close friends and you've told this person like deep stuff, and
well, then
you
they
try
know
and
all
date,
your shit.
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't 10 out of 10 don't recommend.
Oh, you've done it.
1,000 times.
Oh, I have too, and it was more of less. It was like a light switch. Like me and this person were really good friends. Like had such good chemistry, like best friends. And then we dated, and it was like she was a completely different person.
I'm gonna flip the
Didn't
script
recognize
here.
her.
What about this? What about you date somebody, break up? Are you able to still be friends with them if you weren't friends before?
Yes.
I think so too.
Yes. Because I feel like
Casually.
Baby.
Like you're able to be around them.
You
and
know
hang out in the
see,
same
I
set.
feel like it's actually less or easier to be friends if you were friends before than if you weren't, and also less concerning for your future relationships. Speaking from experience, because it's like when you meet this person that you're dating, and then you're dating off the bat, or like you're talking and then you're dating, all you've ever known was dating and having
Right.
feelings for each other, versus someone you were friends with before. You were used to that friendship, acquaintance kind of like feel. So there could be is more of a concern when you just dated straight up and then you broke up and you're just trying to be friends, because it's like you guys have not been together emotionless up until the breakup.
I see. Yeah, but also this is crazy because it's hard to be friends again after you break up.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to a confidence thing, to be honest. Like if I will let you go be friends with your boy all you want if I'm confident in you. If you're leaving worry there, or if there's like you're texting way more than normal, and then it's just like you start to get like, oh, like what are you and homeboy talking about? It's like, oh, like just he's just talking about family. Then it's like, okay, wait a second, like you didn't come out confidently.
I'm
you know what
not
I'm saying? You got to
saying-
come a
I'm
little
not
bit
saying like
confident with your shit.
I think
I'm not saying like BFFs where they're texting.
It ain't gotta be no
Yeah.
BFFs.
Like
I just
where
want to
you're
know.
able to be cordial around each other.
like a high and by, more or less.
Well,
No, a little bit more than that.
Well,
More than
because
that.
I
More
was,
than that.
I mean, I still texted her really often, and
So-
like, but
Text
her
who?
boyfriend got. I'm not gonna say names,
Your
but like,
ex.
no, we didn't date, but we talked for a good amount of time. But like we texted pretty often because I still went to her about a lot. But we became like homies, and which I understand to him was like very hard to see.
Oh, so she had a boyfriend and
She had a boyfriend, yeah, and then
But would you like it in reverse roles?
if we was talking like that, like as much as we would did, but here's the thing, like I knew him. He like we were friends before they got together. Then they got together. Then he got jealous.
How long were you friends for?
That sounds like he set himself up.
Exactly.
So-
That's why I said it just depends. It literally depends.
So okay,
I
so
just want to play devil's advocate here.
all right.
How long me
Go
and him
ahead.
homies?
So you knew him before you knew her.
Not homies. We were. This is Nashville. You understand that if you know somebody, you know somebody.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
so, if I'm able to come up to the bar, it's like, yo, what's up, Rod? And he's like, yo, I'm like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's pretty often every time you see each other.
Uh-huh.
And you follow each other on social media. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure that's active
Yeah, yeah,
friendship.
yeah, that
We're
is.
not homies.
That
Homies.
is, yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So like when he went and got with her, I wasn't like, fuck you. Like fuck you. It was more like a damn, like bro, congrats type deal. But to him it was like, you fucked her. Like you talked to her for such a long time. Blah 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 blah. Then it's like, nah, bro. Like you can't be cool. And then it's like, wait a second, we were cool. Why would I ever try to disrespect you? You know what I'm saying?
that's on
Like so that's why I said it depends on the confidence that you have in your girl.
Yeah, because that sounds insecure.
Agreed. Yeah,
Exactly.
That's on him.
But
It depends.
also, coming from my side, if Reed were to be texting an ex-girlfriend a lot and talking to her a lot, I don't know any of them, so I think I would feel weird about that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't actively have a friendship with them before or know them while they were, you know what I mean?
I think it's a 50-50. It's a hard situation until you're actually in it and then got to handle it.
So what is the line then for you, Courtney? Just out of curiosity. What is the line? So you said if he's talking to them a lot, what if an ex-girlfriend reaches out and it's like a quick thing, like, oh, blah, 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 this, that, and the other, hi and bye, and it's just every so often. What would you feel about
if
that?
it's like a happy birthday or something?
Yeah, well,
I
happy
don't care
birthday.
about that.
Happy birthday's a once a year thing. We're
I know. Yeah, like happy birthday is once a year, but what if it's like more than just once a year?
Happy
like,
Friday.
I'm gonna pitch you a scenario that might sound it's personal. So let's say she constantly like messages you, sends him messages on a monthly basis every now and then, but positions it in a way that's like because of his knowledge base. Maybe he's in like finance or whatever. I don't know what he does. So let's say he's in finance.
This is personal. He's in finances.
And the
fucking the
girl
IT
just
guy.
He's a
The
wizard.
girl happened to be your ex.
And his ex just is messaging him on like every now and then, just asking for like assistance with finances. But like it's in the sense where when they were together, he used to assist with like finances to a certain extent because of course he's great with finances
Right.
and all that. So now that's the brunt of their conversation.
That's okay.
That's the conversation for the most part. So that's okay if it's just the finances.
Right. Don't you agree?
Fair enough.
Like I said, it's 50-50
So,
depending on the situation.
Here's the situation though. So now let's say the said girl still happens to have feelings and you find out. How do you feel now in that scenario? You being the girlfriend in this situation. So now it's not just finances. Deep down you knew she had feelings, but she hasn't expressed it to him yet. But was able to find out through somebody else that she has feelings for him still.
But they only talk about finances.
So far, yeah.
Way to leave that one on a cliffhanger, buddy.
That's a good one. That's
He
good.
said so far.
I mean, I wouldn't be a fan of it. I don't think anybody would be a fan of it.
Honestly,
But if they're not talking
that's kind of
about
attractive. If a homie was flirting with my girl still knew her direction, I'm gonna be like, look, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm the type of guy at the bar that's like, you want to get you a drink? Get her. You take her.
Wait, my mind just went to a really dirty place that I think that you might like something weird, but we're not going to talk about
Oh no, none of that. None of that. Oh my
it.
god.
You just said it's attractive to watch your girlfriend flirt with other people.
That is attractive. No, wait. I didn't say no. I didn't say my girl to flirt. I said if she's getting hit on and she's entertaining it, but she knows her place. Go ahead.
It's basically like getting
Go
your
ahead.
girl a free drink out of another dude.
Go ahead. Yeah, maybe.
I'm good
yeah.
at that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like that.
So
Exactly.
you-
So you know what?
Exactly.
That's a perfect
You're over here
example.
calling Rodney a cuck, like thinking like,
You understand
yeah,
it.
baby, go flirt with him.
Okay, so
Because girls do the same thing when they're like, oh my God, actually, look at him.
facts,
He's
yeah,
a daddy, fox gray hair. Go get a drink. He's looking at you. Go get up. And what do you do? What do you do? Encourage it, right? Couple mimosas and you're encouraging him to go talk to a Chad.
Wait, what?
Chad.
A Chad. A Chad. A Chad.
I don't know Chad.
Not our Chad.
Not our Chad.
I've never met.
Oh, I know Chad. I know that Chad.
That's not where I was going with that.
Miss you, Chad.
Love you, Chad, if you're listening.
He probably is. He's definitely listening.
What up, Chad?
Okay, well, we're wrapping up, so I want to touch on one more thing.
Wait, wrapping up already?
Girl, that was 35 hot minutes. I'm sweating my
It
ass
is-
off,
why-
Shane.
it is a
Why
little
your
hot.
AC not working? Goddamn, I'm black. There's two girls in here. Like, it is hot. Anyways, got one more thing, because we talked about this on the first episode. We all agreed, which I think is bullshit now.
Say it.
We said top 5 people you hang around are all a combination of who you are.
No. I don't think.
I don't know what space we were in when we all agreed on that shit.
You're your own person.
But the motherfuckers that I've been hanging out with, I am not a combination.
I don't know. I kind of agree with that. It's like when I think about it for myself, at least.
You're a combination of all them mixed in one.
Okay, maybe I'm not a combination. Maybe it's more like you start to when you're around people more often, you start to pick up certain mannerisms about each other.
Yeah.
Right, certain interests and mannerisms you'll pick up, and then same thing in reverse. Like I'm pretty sure I wasn't saying y'all like as much as before I was talking to you.
brother.
Did you say it at all before?
No, right? So
you should have seen his Instagram story. the other day.
know it.
He said something like, "I'm in Nashville, brother." He was in Canada.
My Nashville brother. Yeah, so when I'm in Canada, I just tell people I'm American, and I'm like, I can't pay because I have US dollars. Sorry.
You should have seen his story. Oh my god.
But actually, though, like I do feel like maybe not a full like 20%, 20%, 20% for each 5 of them. Finance, but more of like there's little bits and pieces of each of those individuals that are actually a main part of you. It could be like a total of like 30%, whatever. But I would say that it is still a combination of who you are to an extent.
I don't have enough friends to have a combination that live here.
But we're
Why are you
talking about
kidding?
top 5 though. I'm kind of more leaning towards what Femi's saying because
Who of your 5 that live here?
I'll give you an example with you.
They don't have to
I'll give
live
you. I'll give you.
I'm just one though.
No,
That's like feeding off of each other.
No, and I get that, but what I'm saying is like
Well,
because of
Junie's
you.
definitely starting to turn into Shayna.
You don't even know Shada.
Top five.
Well, I'm just saying, you spend a lot of, if you're agreeing, you spend a lot of time with her, then you and her are going to be the same
good.
person soon.
That was good.
No. But no, I'm saying
Since you're
like.
leaning sides and
Well,
shit.
I mean, maybe I do get a few things from Shayna. Like, I mean, Shayna's more cutthroat. I'm kind of like always the nice guy trying to play peacekeeper with everyone.
Says who? Who told you that? Turn it off. Turn the camera. Who the fuck told you that?
You don't think I'm a nice guy?
Boy, not hell no, but hell no. Who the fuck said that?
Hey, I think Junie's a nice guy.
I'm
You've
nice.
seen him once every 8 years. That does not count.
I'm a dick to you, but that's just you.
Oh, okay. Then what about everybody else?
I'm nice to everybody else too.
Interesting.
Dude.
Okay, go ahead.
The way Judy's a nice guy, but he's also that guy where if like I was out with the squad and someone was about to like cross us, Judy would be the first person to fuck him up.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Clearly,
and
I know
so
that.
it's
I
not
know
like
that.
him being a dick or mean or anything. I think he's just for the boys.
I'm defensive.
You know, he's for the man them. All right.
Listen.
So you and Shayna will kick some ass.
As a team. As a team.
Look, here, your feisty coming out.
Shayna almost beat up this crackhead lady in Chicago because she was like talking shit. She goes, "Oh, that's your man, blah blah blah. He don't want to be with you. He's just trying to sleep with you." Da 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 da. And she goes, "Excuse me, bitch!" And she tried to fight this crack lady on the side of the street. Like,
They're deadly.
Excuse me, bitch.
Yeah, I would say you're both cutthroat then, because I would definitely.
No,
say
yeah,
that
they're
you're
both.
cutthroat.
There's no one
Based
or
on
the
that.
other.
maybe so. But
I think
what-
I'm like a little airhead.
my point, I had a point. My point is like Rodney's one of my closest friends. He's one of the person I spend the most time with. The things I've gained from him is I've built like a bigger work ethic and focus more on trying to get to where I want to be rather than just kind of like riding the wave and like hoping that I get there. He was a person that implemented a mentality into me to go fucking get it.
Okay, that's good. I like
And
that.
so that part of Rodney got implemented in me because of how close we became.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like there's certain aspects of people in your friend group that can.
Okay, that's smartly worded. I like that better.
Yes, that's where
like
we're
that
coming
better.
from. We're not saying
I
like.
don't know. Maybe I'm just the person that people take from, and they try to be like me.
Okay, let me get her crown. It's falling. Jeez.
Not her crown, it's her head blowing up.
She said she's the narrator.
Big head court.
You see, I'm like that we're always on the same team. Now he has a teammate, but you're just temporary, so I control the podcast. So you may not be here
So
next
then
time.
Junie will always be
Please,
the man.
please
out.
comment
That's
that you
fine.
want me back next episode. Your
All right.
likes depend on
100 listens by Friday, and we'll keep them on.
Thank you. You'll be saving a starving African.
Well,
You don't know, hey.
wait. Okay, so before we go, I need you to give everybody your Nigerian spill.
The Nigerian or the Toronto one? Which one you are?
Ooh.
Nigerian.
What
Yeah,
is
do
about
the-
to happen?
You're about to see.
You are
You're gonna
Nigerian
see.
or Toronto?
Ooh, which one?
I like Nigerian.
You got one, and then you got to bring me back in the next episode for another one.
All right, do the
Wait, what
Nigerian.
is it?
Do the Nigerian, and you'll come back for the next one, and do the Canadian one.
God. What is what? What is confusing you, Courtney? Why are you laughing like that? You're acting like you have never seen an African man speak to you before? What is so confusing? I look at the cameraman over there. You're doing a very good job, my brother. Thank you. I am so happy that they brought me onto this episode. You see, we have been talking about friends. His friends, like George Chandler. I don't know if you have seen the show. But back in America, they have this show called Friends. So we are being friends on the couch the same way they are in the intro video. Thank you. Carry on. Making sense of adulting.
The Canadian one's funnier.
You should see when he's drunk he does
I
that.
think the Canadian one's definitely
Do
funny.
you ever just like go up to people and
Bro,
talk like
Yes. Yes.
It's so funny.
He will literally freak people out. Just be like,
Yeah. So when I was in LA a couple months ago, actually, I would go up to people and be like, "Hey, can we interview you real quick? Just ask you a couple questions." And then like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then I'll switch up the accent, and they're like, "What's going on here?" So I love it. It like throws people off so much.
That's funny.
Well, what a great, hot, sweaty episode, Shane.
Maybe it's because we're all
You get a
packed
fucking
in.
fan in this bitch. God dang.
Judy's body heat is
But-
coming over here.
Dang, she's coming for your head. You guys have taken punches. We talked about this the first episode.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. Just next one, we'll fix it up.
I just said that because he's usually further away.
Don't look at me like that. I get all you off the podcast. Ain't gonna be no podcast. It's gonna be making sense of Rodney.
We need to make sense of that.
it's gonna be like the spinoff of Everyone Hates Chris.
That was good, dickhead. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Making Sense of Adulting, episode 9. We are pushing. Next episode, we get a guest. That is the mission. That's the goal.
Bet.
Not a real guest. Not a fill-in host.
A disrespect.
Yeah,
You
that's
know who I am?
We're gonna get.
Do you know who I am? But I put some respect on my name.
We have 6 microphone ports, so we can actually add you back in. So you're good.
We just need a bigger couch.
You just we're gonna need some more space and a fan. But thank you guys for tuning in to episode 9, Making Sense of Adulting. We got a guest coming on. We're gonna find one for the next episode. It is your boy Radio Rodney Smith. Signing out.
Audi.
Later.
Bye.